A victim of a swarm of bees is in critical condition in Palm Desert. Authorities say the bees attacked yesterday morning in a residential area south of the Suncrest Golf Course. 3 other people who were stung didn't need an ambulance, but one was reportedly found badly injured in an outdoor pool. Vector Control was working to clear the area of the stinging insects. The Ontario Convention Center will be crowned with superheroes this weekend. Comic-Con Revolution returns to the city for its second turn this Saturday and Sunday. The event will draw plenty of fans costumed and in plain clothes to reveal the celebration of comic culture. Your forecast today, 77 degrees in Riverside, cooling off to 52 degrees tonight, then heating right back up to 75 degrees tomorrow. With the Inland News Update, I'm Blake Trolley.
What if I told you you'd never have to make a house payment again? What if you could pay off much-needed home repairs and even create an income stream based on the value of your home? If you're 62 years old or older, you could be eligible for a reverse mortgage. Call Tim Harrison and find out if a reverse mortgage is right for you. Call Tim at 800-566-2475. That's 800-566-2475. Tim Harrison, branch manager, NMLS number 170960. Broadview Mortgage Corporation is licensed by the Department of Business Oversight under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act. License number 170952. Registered with the Nationwide Mortgage Licensing System and registry number 813B544. Broadview Mortgage, equal housing lender. Remember, if you never want to make a house payment again, except for property taxes, maintenance, and insurance, that's 800-566-2475. That's 800-566-2475.
Hey, this is Todd from the Flip Flop Investor Show. Join us every Thursday at 4 p.m. Get your back up off the wall and start making investments in real estate like you've always wanted to do. Tune in every Thursday at 4 p.m. and we'll talk about investing in real estate here in the Inland Empire and beyond. We'll have special guests from newbies to seasoned veterans who will share their secrets for their success in real estate. Before you spend your life savings on a real estate seminar, be sure to come check out the Inland Empire Real Estate Investment Club on the 4th Wednesday of every month at the Mission Inn in Riverside. The show's at 4 on Thursdays and the club is on the 4th Wednesday. See you right here this Thursday at 4 p.m. on KCAA 1050 AM, 106.5 FM, and now 102.3 FM.
How you gonna do it if you really don't wanna dance? By standing on the wall. Get your back up off the wall. Tell me.
KCAA is your CNBC News affiliate. We're the station that gets down to business.
Hello and welcome to Let's Go Shopping with Bev. This show brought to you by Starflight Entertainment. Music by Dr. Bombay and the Blue Machine Band. Song title, Living in Paradise. Now here's Bev.
Well, welcome to the show, to everybody in the universe. Yes, the whole universe now. Because remember, we are through the full United States and 192 countries.
Oh, wow.
And you know what we got to do? One of these days, and maybe Brandon can help me and we can figure out how to do this. Each country that hears us, with that we can just tape us saying hello in our language and hear what it says in their language. That would be so cool to do, wouldn't it?
Sure.
That would be kind of cool.
Yes.
But since you invited, said hello to everybody in the universe, how about Martians and Venusians?
Oh, they're already here.
They're already here?
Yeah, they're down here.
So you got to say hello in their language too, right?
Yeah. You haven't seen some of my relatives. They're here, believe me.
Okay.
And on that giggly note, let's say hi to Brandon, our board up. Bum, ba-dum, ba-bum. Hi, Brandon.
Hi, Brandon.
Hello.
How you doing today?
I'm doing all right today. How are you?
We're doing good.
Doing better than all right.
Yeah, and you're in a good giggly mood like the rest of us, right?
I am.
There you go. And our number one guest, my sidekick, partner in crime, and she is part of our sisterhood now, Miss Carmen from Calamasa Veterinary Clinic and Woodcrest Clinic in Riverside. So,
Hi.
Carmen, how you doing?
I'm doing good. It's so good to be here today. I love hanging out with you.
Oh, good, good. Just as long as we keep all of our secrets.
Right, there you go.
Okay. Oh, and Violet from Farmers Insurance says to say hello.
Oh, well, that was nice.
Yeah.
I will say hello there, Violet.
I know. The three of us got to get together.
What is that? We are farmers.
Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Oh, boy, everybody
Yes.
knows that. You like, when somebody makes up a good ad, isn't that just wonderful?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't mind that. It's fun.
and wait till Carmen hears what I have planned for her when it comes to music.
Okay.
I'm not going to
excited.
say anything more. We're working on
I
it.
like music.
I know
I'm
you
looking
do.
forward to this one.
Is
Yes.
that music going to go to the dogs or what?
I ain't telling.
Ain't?
I ain't telling. Nope.
In our best English.
Yes, that is my good best New York language ever, right? And then we have Rich, and he's
That's
with
me.
us today. And if you read my post this morning, Bomb from B&B, M&M Carpets, here is a joke. And
Remember the candy, and you'll never forget his
Right.
name.
M&M.
and,
M&Ms.
yes, and he was going to be with us, but something came up. Unfortunately, he could not be with us, but he says to say hello, and maybe we'll have him next week.
Awesome.
Okay, so that's what's going on. Now, Miss Carmen, without any footage to do,
Uh-oh.
yes, you and I were having a lovely discussion, and we're going to be talking about the best way to take care of our cats, our dogs, orangutans, elephants, giraffes, whatever kind of pet you have for spring and summer. And I think Brandon is going to play your favorite song right now.
Okay.
We'll hear a little of that. That's it, Brandon.
Hey.
Who let the dogs out?
I want to bark. I want to bark. I feel like I got to bark.
Dogs out. Yes. So, Miss Carmen, would you please, which do you want to start with? The kitty cats, the doggies? Which one do you want to start with?
Well, okay, I'll start with the song. The song definitely got me all excited.
Good. I'm glad you picked doggies. Yeah.
The song got me going. It's I know it is. It's summertime. It's happening. It's happening now.
Yes. What is happening now?
Oh
since
my
it's summertime?
goodness.
People want to
Wow.
know.
Well, let's start with this. So we were talking about, I know a lot of people like to get their new pets during the spring and the summertime when kids are out of school so that they can have a new family member and somebody's home that can potty train them and get them accustomed to their new family. And I just really wanted to encourage everybody with this. There are several type of breeders out there that sell various breeds of pets, but there are so many homeless pets in the world, Bev.
I know.
There's a lot,
And it's really sad to see it.
and you totally can find kittens and puppies in shelters. Mm-hmm. You can find some. So I would just encourage you to go to shelters because a majority of them here know they're not kill shelters, but unfortunately if they don't get them homes, they can't hold on to them forever. So I would encourage you to go out there and find your new puppy, your new kitten, or even it could just depend on what your needs are. I know sometimes seniors, they just want a companion, and maybe a new kitten or a new puppy might be a little too rambunctious, so they might need a much more calmer pet, so there's older pets as well. And so I would just definitely say, looking for your new pet, you'd want to find something that suits your family's needs, your home, something that you know that you can handle in your home. Like if you're in a small apartment, you don't want this like a boxer that requires lots of energy and jumps around a lot, needs a lot of space, but you could possibly, use a smaller pet that doesn't need all that time. So really looking into those things so that you can help with this homeless population of pets that need a home.
Well,
Amen.
Carmen, what I found is I was looking at on Craigslist when I found our two girls.
Oh, really?
Privately, they advertised. And I noticed also PetSmart has these days when they have the pets available to go see.
Adoption days.
And I'm sure the other pets places like that have those days. And so there's a couple of different ways. You don't have to only go to the shelter. You can look at other places.
There's many. Sure, there is.
I'm kind of careful if somebody says it's for rehoming, but it'll be $200, and I'm going, yeah, I kind of double check that. I mean, if it's a private party and they're looking to pick up $50 or something like that, well, okay, if I love the pet, even though it's kind of not free, but. Okay.
Well, usually
I
the
love
fees associated should be related to they've been spayed or neutered, they've had their first series of vaccines, things like that.
That's what happened with the girls, that they
Yeah.
had some shots, and they were just trying to get that back at least, and I'm fine with that. Saved me the trouble of doing it.
And
That's
the
wonderful.
Right, and also when we were talking, Carmen, you and I, and the girls over at your clinic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait till you see this clinic. It is fabulous. I love that place. It is so calming and happy place.
It
It
is,
really
yeah.
is. But when you do go to get your new pet, whatever, new family member, sometimes
It is a family
yeah,
member.
It
and,
is.
I know they call them pets. I understand that. I understand why they call them pets, right?
Yeah.
But the family members, and it's the same thing when people call our children or our young adults kids. They're not billy coats. They're peoples. So let's call them what they really are. Them two
Sure.
things really bother me. But anyways, wherever you go to get your new family member, even if it's a giraffe, an elephant, whatever you
Or an
like.
orangutan.
Or orangutan.
Your
I love
orangutan.
Yeah, my orangutan Lulu is still sitting on my bookcase.
You realize that every time you say orangutan, I think of the movie Any Which Way But Loose.
I'm sure.
Yes.
Yes.
And that orangutan.
Yes.
That-
Clyde was his name.
Clyde, yes.
And
Right turn, Clyde.
Right.
Pow.
but no matter where you go, all right. Before you go, now correct me if I'm wrong, because you are the expert. You are the doctor.
Uh-oh.
Expert.
Okay. Yes. I'm.
Do I sit further back now?
Yes. The thing is, when you go to look for any pet, whatever you're going to be getting, right? Like you were saying with the children, the young adults, grandma, grandpa, auntie,
Sure.
uncle, whomever it is, you got to analyze the way you live,
Sure.
what your schedule is,
Right.
how big is your house, your TP, your trailer, whatever you're living in. Then you'll kind of get a better idea of what size pet to get, right?
Sure. Yes, absolutely. Because there's so many different breeds, and yes, there'll be mixed puppies and mixed kittens and who knows what. They're various ones, but you'll have an idea that this one has some form of a breed in it, and this breed is very active, very hyper, requires lots of taking out for walks or running and so forth. And if you have no backyard and you're in a little tiny apartment, that's going to drive you crazy, and it's not
Yeah.
going to work out. And so then there's a possibility of having to rehome this pet. So you want to have a successful match and be very thorough in thinking, okay, what are my true needs? What is my lifestyle? What can I truly handle? I may not have the time to walk my pet every single day. Well, then you're not going to want an extremely active pet. Or if you have smaller spaces, you're not going to want, this great, big, giant, huge dog.
So then they won't want a sheepdog, right?
Right. So, and this just helps to really find the right fit so that it's a forever fit. Because this is what does happen, unfortunately, is sometimes people don't really look at those things. And then this poor pet has gone through this process of thinking it has a new home and it doesn't work out and they need to be rehomed. It's a little sad.
And that's very, very, very harmful
Yeah.
to the pet or
It's
the
hurtful,
child
sure.
or whatever it is.
Yeah. So it's better to be prepared, and that way you have a good idea when you come looking for your pet. You can say, I need a breed that is this, that, and the other. I can spend this much time. And then the people there can really help you select. They'll say, okay, here's a few choices, and you meet with them and you see what really meshes with you and your family.
Well,
Now, it's-
Carmen, excuse me, our two cats, which are tortoise shells, they act like dogs. So
They do.
You might decide you wanted a dog or a pair of dogs, whatever.
Yeah.
We got these two kittens, raised them. They come by the front door before we come in, so they hear the truck
They're welcoming
pulling up
you.
in the driveway.
Oh, yeah.
And when we're leaving, we're told by a friend of ours that they're meowing and go into the door and go, where did Mommy and Daddy go? So they act like dogs.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't really seen that before in cats, but maybe I wasn't paying attention like I do now. But when we come home, they're right there. Meow, 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 Mommy and Daddy are home. Feed us.
Yeah, and talking about this, I have one question I want to ask you now before I forget it.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Sometimes you
Forget
get
it.
up.
Let's
you get,
go for
yeah,
it.
you get so much in your brain, and if you don't write a note, and afterwards you go, "Son of a gun! I
Oh,
should have
yeah.
asked you this." Richard and I were having a discussion
Uh-oh.
for about 5 days now, back and forth.
Uh-oh,
Right
discussion. Okay.
now, regardless if it's your cat, your dog, your orangutan, whatever.
Yeah.
Right? And if he or she is doing something that she or he should not be doing, right?
Okay.
The correct way and the nicest way to tell them no, and they will remember. You get a spray bottle with water, right?
Yes.
And you spray them in the face, right?
That's a good way to train. Yes, it
See,
actually
told
is.
you.
It's a
Aha,
really good way.
you owe me a coffee.
I'll spray it on
Now,
you.
I'm going to share this with you. You'll get a kick out of this because I am a cat person. I have a couple of
No,
cats.
really?
Meow.
Yeah, remember I was at your house. I seen your cats. They're beautiful cats.
So, and it worked. The spray bottle worked, getting them off of areas I didn't want them, and I didn't want them hurting themselves and so on. And then my Benny, he's a Maine Coon, and he's lots of
Oh, boy.
hair, and he's gorgeous. He liked the spray bottle, so I would
Well,
say,
you
"Don't do that," and I'd spray him, and he'd literally put his face in the spray, and I
What-
thought, "What are you doing?"
You should
what
not
happened?
have put liquor in the bottle. The poor cat got drunk.
You took my line.
I did.
I was going to say, what, did you have some of the good vino that we
Yeah.
had?
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. Cats, they have interesting reputations, but they are very fun to have. They do. Some of them act like dogs.
No, yeah,
they're a
no
crap
wonder
up.
Yeah.
when we came over to
Yeah.
your house one day and you said you sprayed him, he was meowing backwards.
I can no longer spray them as a disciplinary, but so.
Well,
But
I
you know
just
what? Try some good wine. That will make them so happy
Put it
they'll
in their
chill
water?
out. Yeah.
no, I
funny.
please, folks, don't try that. But I also say never hit them.
Yeah.
They will never forget it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work. It makes them fearful and what have you. It's just like you shouldn't hit the children, you shouldn't hit the animals.
Yeah.
You just don't.
Right.
Believe me, the girls know when they've done something wrong. I point my finger at them and I say, "I'm mad at you. You did something wrong." And I get a look back like, "Oh my God."
What happened?
I know they know they can see it, I think.
They know you.
Yeah.
They know what's going on. They
Well,
know what you're saying.
Talking about the discipline, and then we're going to move on because we got a long way to go
Yeah,
yet.
sure.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. The thing about disciplining is Sophia, and you're up at the house and, the big kitchen window. She likes getting up there to look out the window to watch the birds,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. I don't want any animal two-legged or
counters.
four-legged up on the counter, and having hair go all over it. It's one of the things.
Sure.
So I did the spray bottle thing, and she got used to it, so that didn't work anymore. But I tried the vino, it worked. And so now I look at her and I go, and she
You just
looks
pull
at
it,
me
yeah.
and she goes, looks up to the ceiling, I kid you not, and walks down.
Or
I crack up, and I'm going, she's turning Sicilian, yay!
or she sees you picking up the spray ball and that's enough.
Yeah,
Of
yeah.
course, I let them go all over the sink when she's not there.
Right.
Aha.
Oops.
You're
Yeah.
going to get yourself in some serious trouble here.
Okay.
I'm in the middle. I'll hold the.
Well,
I'll be
hold
the
the
referee.
phone.
By the
And-
way, speaking of dogs, my kick is when I see somebody going down the street, the passenger window is open, and the dog is looking out and sniffing away, and all that saliva is going on the back window, I think when you get home, you look at the dog, you say, "You going to clean that off or what?" But I could just see the dog going down. You're going down the street, the dog is out there sniffing on a trail or something, and you look over and you can tell he's got something on his sniffer going. You're going 60 miles an hour, and he looks over at you and says, "Hey, my smell went to the right on that last block. What are you still going straight for? Turn this car around."
Okay, Carmen, I got to tell you, and then we'll move it on.
Okay.
This is a secret. Okay, you and Brandon are the only two that will notice.
Okay, so it's just you and me,
Yeah,
Brandon.
Yeah, just you and Brandon, that's it, right?
Got it. Okay.
When I was back in Connecticut, I was 10,000 years ago. It's been a long time. And so anyways, because I was still going to school back then.
10,000 years
And
ago,
so-
that would have been the last ice age, so it would have been real cold.
Stop.
What?
And so, anyways, I and my roommate, Phyllis, but we called her Phil, all right? We decided we were going to get a dog. Somebody to protect us, all right? Because we were working all day, we're going to school at night, you know, you're walking and so on and so on and so on. So we got this lovely collie. I mean, she was beautiful. Her name was Tiff. Not Tiffy, Tiff. All right? Okay. And what this dog used to do, in talking about, you know, doing things they're not supposed to be doing, right? I don't know what it was, never figured it out. But anyways, when we'd get back and we would eat dinner, you know, clean up the mess, and I would be in my room, she would be in her room, and we're doing our homework, right? And this and that. I don't know if it was the sound of the typewriters or what, but you could hear her outside the doors walking back and forth and doing this, right? Like, come here, right? And then when we did, on the weekends when we were free, we used to get in the car. We used to go up north and everything else for the weekends and stuff. And she loved being in that back seat. And she would run back and forth on the seats, on the back. One she'd be on the right, then she'd be on the left, this and that and everything else. Every time we went around the corner, or even when we had to go through the tunnels to get back into the city, right, which was absolutely hysterical, she would sit on the floorboard in back seat and do this crying thing. We don't know why. We don't know if she was afraid of the blackness from the tunnel or what. Maybe. I don't know. But that was one cool dog talking about, you know, doing silly things. Oh. I didn't even know why I thought about that after all these years. Yeah.
Well, I've got another cool one. While we're on dogs and cats, you want? I don't know if this will happen to you, but when I'm on the computer and I'm starting to print something on the printer, they both come up, go to that printer, and start looking at it and watching it work. And if I open the top, they'll put their paw on a piece going back and forth. Then they'll look where the paper's coming out, and they'll put their paw in there and try and paw it out, and they'll watch the paper come out. They just come up there like they've got a fever for that printer, and I've got to watch the paper coming out because they'll stop it. But it's funny. It's funnier to watch than I can describe.
Well, they're curious by nature, so it's something that's happening. They want to see, feel, know what's going on.
You open a new door or a cabinet or go do something, they're right there going, what's going on here? Nosy.
Well, they're just like our children.
They are.
You know, that's how they learn.
They're the bosses of the house. Yes. They are.
Okay, and I'm looking at the clock, and real quick, we're going to take a little break. Okay. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Do not change that channel. Wait till you hear the news that we're going to come up with next. You're going to love that. Yes. Okay, Brandon, take it away.
San Bernardino, Loma Linda, Rialto listens to KCAA Radio.
Hi, this is Cliff from Cliff's Pest Control. Have you had problems with pests lately? Cliff's Pest Control has been in business for over 40 years and is family owned and operated. We can take care of your general pest problems, that's the ants, spiders, all the crawling bugs, and we also can take care of your termite problems. You can reach us at 909-887-1862. That's 909-887-1862. That's Cliff's Pest Control, Inc., serving the Inland Empire for over 40 years.
Hi, my name is Don, and I work with my wife Marie. We are holistic health practitioners specializing in magnetic therapy. Got pain, get relief. We are the Got Pain people. The benefits of magnetic therapy are speed up healing time, reduce discomfort and pain, reduce inflammation, detoxify your body, help improve blood flow. Got pain, get relief. We are the Got Pain people. With MD Jar Magnetics, we can be reached at 951-743-6903. We help to relieve pain without the dangerous side effects of drugs. Some of the other benefits of biomagnetism are a safe alternative for the treatment of over 500 ailments, including cancers, chronic back pain, migraines, asthmas, cysts, tumors, acne, arthritis, knee pain, sports injuries, broken bones, high blood pressure, diabetes, fibromyalgia, sciatica, multiple sclerosis, stroke recovery. It also helps reconnect the brain to the nerves. We are located in Yucaipa, and we are the Got Pain people. With MD Jar Magnetics, got pain, get relief. 951-743-6903. Once again, 951-743-6903.
If you own or work at a restaurant, bar, or nightclub, here's an important message to help improve your bottom line. At Starflight Entertainment, we rent professional karaoke DJ systems. The monthly cost is affordable, and Starflight systems are easy to operate. For more information, call me, Rich, or Bev at Starflight Entertainment, 909-797-7291. Starflight karaoke systems have great sound, and Starflight provides a large selection of songs, everything from the 40s to today's latest hits. We at Starflight Entertainment will supply a professional karaoke jockey, or we'll train someone for you. The Starflight system can also be used almost like a jukebox during your slower times. Starflight Entertainment has been in business since 1989, and many bars, restaurants, and clubs have been customers for up to 10 years. Starflight covers San Bernardino, Riverside, Orange, and Los Angeles counties, and we can help improve your business. So remember the name Starflight Entertainment, and remember 909-797-7291.
Starflight Entertainment.
Thank you, Inland Empire, for listening to KCAA Radio.
And we're back, boys and girls. And if you missed the first half of our show, we're truly sorry to hear that, but you can pick it up later on. And you're listening to Let's Go Shopping with Bev right here on KCAA 1050 AM, the station that leaves no listener behind. And we have Mr. Brandon, our board up today. Dun, 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 dun.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello. And then the one and only Miss Carmen. She is a big kahuna from Calamasa Veterinary Clinic.
Hello.
Hello. And then what? Riverside. Woodcrest. My mind just went blank. I'm sorry. And Carmen, before we start again talking about all of our pets and everything else, why don't you bump out your address, phone numbers, and all of that good stuff?
Oh, sure. So we have 2 locations. We have one in Calamasa, and we have one in Woodcrest. The one in Calamasa is here locally, very close by, 980 Calamasa Boulevard in Calamasa, California. So you can't forget it because it's just Calamasa. That's how you think of it. Mm-hmm. Phone number is 909-795-0030. We're open Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. on Monday through Friday, and 8 till 1 on Saturdays. And we do everything from general health, spay and neutering, to geriatric care, just whatever your pet's needs are, illnesses, or just making sure they're all right. That's what we do. And we have 3 doctors there, so there's always availability, and we're excited that hopefully you'll come out and see us.
Oh, they will. And I have a silly question to ask you. With the 3 doctors, right? And like with us, when we were little, we used to go to the doctors and get a lollipop or something. Okay, do you have lollipops for the mommies and the daddies?
Isn't that funny? Well, okay, so you would be saying that the mom or the dad that's bringing the pet in, because the pets do get treats. We do give them treats.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I know they get their treats, but does the person that bring the pet in get a treat?
Yeah, but no, I don't think we hand out lollipops to the parents, but we do have, I think we do get we have a jar of candy there, so you can always get a piece yourself.
I remember that candy jar from the other day. Oh, yeah.
Well, last time I brought Rosie and you gave me a treat, it was a dog bone. Tasted good, too.
It matched.
I know why those dogs like those bones.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, continuing down this journey, because there's so many other things that we want to get into.
Sure.
Miss Carmen. Yes. There's 3 more questions I'd like to ask you. I think in the whole nation would really like to know about this, right? When you go out, because a lot of us go camping and boating and hiking, and
'tis the season.
Yeah, you know, all the baseball games and all of this good stuff. Now, with the dogs and the cats, the bottom of their feet are very sensitive, right? Yeah. Now, let's talk about the little booties that I call them the booties, so the cutest little things for our pet, our family members in their paws.
I love that. I love that you can actually go to the stores and find these things. I'll tell you, you need to definitely be aware of how hot it is outside where you're going. And the reason I say this is that we see a lot of pets, unfortunately, that are having heat stroke. They're overheated. They need to be cooled down. The paws are getting burned because they're on hot concrete, and it's extremely hot. And now the stores do sell all of these fun little booties, like you called it. I've seen shoes. I've seen a little bit of everything. And so if you're going to be out hiking and doing these things and it's not in the cool zones, like early morning before that sun is beaming, or in the evening after the sun has started setting, it's like those peak hours where the sun is just beaming, you're going to need to really protect your pet and keep them cool, keep their pads protected so that they're not getting burnt up. And making sure that they drink lots of water, keeping them hydrated because they get overheated very easily. And while you're traveling and you're in the car getting to and from places, you know, don't leave them in the car. A lot of people think it's only going to be a minute. I'm just going to run into the store.
Famous last words,
right? Well, it doesn't take much. Those cars get really hot, and so you just don't want to do that. I've seen some people leave their pets with the air conditioning running, and I don't know, they manage to do that. That's fine as long as you're keeping them cool, but just don't leave them in a hot car, because that most certainly will give them that heat stroke, get them overheated, and ultimately can result in death. So we don't want to go that direction. You just got to keep them nicely hydrated with lots of water and keeping them cool.
And that is so sad to see that happen to anybody or anything. You know what I mean?
It does happen, and excuse me, sorry. On this topic, when you're camping and when you're hiking and you're doing these things, just not only for yourself, but you kind of need to be careful for snakes.
Yeah, we are talking about that.
So we're in the Inland Empire, and there's a lot of that in a lot of the areas that we like to go hiking. There's rattlesnakes, and I remember we had a cute little it was a cute little dog that unfortunately he was just being curious and looking in the rocks, and a rattler got him pretty good on his neck, and it was hard to save him. So you got to be very careful. Know where you're hiking, know where the snakes are, know that they come out when it's really hot. So you don't really want to risk it. So stay away from that as well.
That's so true. And like you said, make sure they have enough water. And if your dog is outside with a lot, hopefully they have a dog house, right? But if they don't, make sure that you have something where they could go where it's shaded and cool off a little bit.
By the way, if you take your dog out and you got to watch for snakes, what if you have a pet snake? Do you take him out and watch for dogs?
Let me answer this one, please. Let me answer this one. Brandon's cracking up already. He knows something's going. No, if you have your own snake, right?
Yeah.
Now listen, I'm going to tell you what to do.
Here she goes, folks.
It's going to be so nice, right? Your
is.
snake is going to be so happy. You bring the snake
Nothing
out.
like a happy snake.
Right, you bring the snake out. They can meet other snakes, and they meet new friends, and maybe they go out to dinner or something.
Oh, my.
Yeah, it would be fabulous.
I'm thinking of Sneaky Snake or whatever.
Oh, that would be interesting.
By the way, Carmen, do you treat or have you treated like somebody's pet rosy boa or whatever? Or does that ever happen? Unusual animals.
Well, we have doctors that can see various type of pets, but we primarily will send those more to like a reptile specialist or like a bird specialist or whatever.
Oh, so there are those then?
Yes, there are. There most certainly are.
Oh, but they can still call your clinic just to verify who you would recommend.
Absolutely. Because we do have 3 different doctors, and each one may be able to see a different specialty of some sort. They'll say, oh, that's something I could see. But if we have to kind of know what's going on, because sometimes time is of essence.
Sure.
So we triage it pretty well. And if it's something we can handle, we'll take it. If not, we'll say, you know what, go to the specialist.
Well, speaking of what's going on, what if your little big rosy boa that got a little bit out of hand swallowed your neighbor?
Oh, geez.
Do you think you have to treat him pretty quick?
You're going to be in some trouble. You're going to be in some trouble.
Oops.
They're out there.
I just spit your neighbor out.
I think the sun is getting to you.
Oh, I'm
Yes.
having a good day here, folks.
Right.
funny.
Now, and also, the other thing that I want to talk about before we close up this one segment here, also, not only the hiking that we do quite a bit, because we're all out there and stuff, and playing tennis and so on and so on.
Sure.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. Now, if you were if you're going to be going to the beach or the ocean, right, for the day or a couple of days, and you're even out on a boat, now they do have life jackets for all dogs, all different sizes. Why is it so important for somebody, even though the dog knows how to swim and he does a dog paddle, even though he or she knows how to do that, why is it so important for them to have this extra protection?
Well, I think just like any other kid, you want to keep track of them, you know, when you're in big water, and they can tend to get further out, lost, and they're easy to spot because these jackets are pretty like fluorescent orange. You can
Yes.
spot them, but sometimes undercurrents can kind of pull them, and just like a kid, anybody else, and you want to keep them safe, so it's keeping them afloat. I mean, and this is just a form of protection of safety. Like if you're in a small little lake, maybe you don't necessarily need to go that. If you're there and you're able to keep it under control, but when you're talking bigger lakes, bigger oceans and things, it's just a safety measure so that you can keep track of where your pet is and that they're staying afloat on the water.
And also, the last part of this, right? Also, what I did with my dogs. Pretty much I had dogs my whole life until a while back. And
Yeah.
with the scheduling, I said, you're lucky I'm lucky I can take care of myself, let alone, another pet, right? And the thing is, if you have a swimming pool, and if you don't, and you want your cat, some cats do love water, and the
Especially
dogs.
big ones.
Right, and then the dogs and stuff, to get them used to this, go out and buy one of them children's plastic little pools. Right, that's how we got our dogs used to the water, because living back up home, we're always at the lake and stuff during summer and everything, and let them get used to it. And then they'll be ready. So when they do go into a bigger pool or the lake
Bigger
or the
water.
ocean, they will be a little bit calmer, wouldn't they?
I think that's a fabulous idea.
Thank
You're
you.
getting them prepared and ready to enjoy water in a different way, and those pools are definitely helpful. I think that's a good idea.
I have this
Thank you.
vision of seeing somebody or some animal walk on water. You want to see somebody walk on water, just put a cat in the lake. They will never touch just their paws. They'd be literally walking on water.
They're definitely interesting, aren't
last
they?
time I went out in the boat, I didn't have to keep track of the dog because I had a couple of beers before we left the dock, so I didn't want to drive the boat because, it's not right. So I let the dog drive the boat.
Well, that was definitely interesting. I don't think I've heard that.
I
but-
couldn't lose the dog that one.
Okay, now. Hey, Carmen, how about bumping out your contact information again?
So we are at Calamasa Veterinary Clinic, 980 Calamasa Boulevard in Calamasa, California. And our phone number is 909-795-0030. Come bring your pet over, even if it's just to say hello. We have events all the time. We like to take pictures of you and your pet. We have events like even Halloween parades where they're dressed in costumes and we take pictures and you can win a contest prize and so on.
Wow.
We love to have fun. We're not just a clinic. We're like a little family, and when they come, they get to know us and we get to enjoy them as well.
And that is so cool. And one more time, address, phone number.
Calamasa Veterinary Clinic. Come see us at 980 Calamasa Boulevard in Calamasa, California.
What about Woodcrest?
Our Woodcrest location is in Riverside, and that is 18975 Van Buren Boulevard in Riverside, California. And that's 951-780-4799.
And why, as you say, a lot of people thinking, well, why is she always around? Right? It seems like it.
Why is she always around?
But I want to, if she could be here more, it'd even be better. What it is when we first moved here, and we were looking for a veterinarian, a couple of our neighbors on our street told us about you.
That
and
was
you know
really
me,
nice.
I always do my homework on people. Always.
does.
I don't care who you is. I do my homework. Right?
This is the godmother mentality of Italians.
Yeah, I can't help it. Right. So I did that, and I came over, and we met each other, and this and that. And it seems like, you meet somebody, Brandon, you know how this goes. You meet somebody for the first time, and it feels like family members straight away.
That's the best thing.
Yes, that is. That's what happened, right? And so, and then when we decided, okay, we're going to go and get the two baby kitties, which we did, and bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah.
And that's all. And I highly recommend both of these clinics, all right? And so if you want to get the best veterinarian that I think where you should go to either one, but start with Calamasa first. Yeah, and then if you're down in the Riverside area, pop over there to Wordcrest because they're right down there on the boulevard, so it's very easy
We're
to
on the
find.
boulevard.
Yeah, you can't do that. Now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be switching gears here a little bit. And I know Brandon, I'm going to put him on the spot. He can find some cool music. We're going to be talking about shopping for us humans.
Shopping!
Yay!
Shopping.
Our favorite subject.
I do like this subject.
Yes, it's so cool. And if you just tuned in, you're listening to Let's Go Shopping with Bev right here on KCAA 1050 AM, the station that leaves no listener behind. We have Miss Carmen, the big kahuna from Calamasa Veterinarian Clinic in Calamasa on Calamasa Boulevard. And she's the second big kahuna of Wordcrest, which is in Riverside. So, Carmen, got to ask you, right?
ma'am.
Let's
What's
going on?
yeah.
You didn't introduce me. What am I, chopped liver?
Oh no!
Oh,
What chopped liver with onions is awesome.
I know.
Yes.
I
Yes.
love
It has
that.
to be on the crackers, right?
yes.
Yeah. And then what you do too, you know what else is really good with that?
What?
People think I'm crazy. Don't say I'm crazy until you try it. Get some honeydew melon or cantaloupe, either the one.
I'm on board so
Slice
far.
it. Yeah, slice them in thin slices. Put it on the cracker. Put the liverwurst and the onions on top of it. That taste is fabulous.
I never heard of that, but
Yeah.
I'll try it.
Try it.
Well, that's definitely unique.
Yeah, something different.
Oh.
It's something you're
What?
familiar with. You
No,
know
no, my brain just went south.
Okay, well, while you're getting it back,
You
now-
you know how you catch a unique rabbit?
A unique rabbit?
Yeah.
No.
Unique up on him.
Oh, unique up on them.
You know how second half of the joke, you know how to catch a tame rabbit?
I don't know.
Tame way.
Tame way.
Okay. Meanwhile,
It's clean. You
meanwhile,
can tell
back
it to
here,
the kids.
meanwhile, back here at our lovely radio station, KCAA 1050 AM, and we're in the city of lovely Redlands. Yes, yay! And now talking about that, now Miss Corman, right? Because we're going to be talking about shopping very quickly. Let's talk about my godson. His big day is coming. I am so excited.
So I'll try to be as quick as I can. This topic, really, I am just over the moon right now. My son, Marcus, who was born with autism, and we really struggled with communication, and we worked very, very hard, is graduating
Yay!
on May 30th from high school.
And what high school is he graduating?
Patriot High School
What
in
one?
Riverside. Patriot High School in Riverside on
Hey,
May 30th.
hey, yes.
And we are just so thrilled. I try so hard not to cry, but I do cry just tears of joy because this little dude, and he's not even little, he's 6 feet tall. I don't even know why I say that, but he didn't start talking, Bev, until he was like 13.
Yeah. And and before that, either yes
Yes,
or no.
no. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
He'd
And look
say,
at him now.
Yes, no, maybe later. And I had a very funny thing happen last night. I said, "Hey, Marcus, do you have late start tomorrow?" And he says, "I don't know. That's your responsibility to figure out." So after I fell off the floor because I was laughing so hard, I I was like, okay, well, I guess he has a point. I better figure this out. But
Yes.
I was so tickled that I got such a big sentence, So we're looking so forward to graduation, and he is going to be going to college.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
I'm so proud of him. And now with graduation, and Brandon, you're part of the family, so I'm going to ask you this too. When you graduated from high school, right, was a big thing, did you all wear your tuxedos for grad night and graduation?
Okay, so I did not attend grad night. For graduation, I wore a suit underneath. It wasn't a tuxedo, but I wore a suit underneath.
And the black tie and all that good
Underneath
stuff?
the gown.
The gown?
I mean, you couldn't see it, but it made me feel better.
Yes. And
Yeah.
so what is my little, I can't call him little anymore. What is my godson going to wear?
Well, he just had the prom, so we
Yes.
got a fancy suit, a real fancy suit. So he's not going to wear the whole suit. He won't wear the jacket, but he's going to wear the slacks with the shirt and the tie under his gorgeous
gown
robe thing, and so that's how he's going.
I forgot what the school colors.
So it's like it's gray and I want to say maroon, kind of burgundy color.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, gray and burgundy.
And Brandon, what color was your gown that you had to wear?
It was black.
Ah, I
And,
like that.
Easy to match black.
we graduate in the summer.
Yeah. And black. Yeah, that,
the
you know,
heat.
that's really cool. Now the
Now
other.
wait. While we're on colors, you want my color?
Oh Lord, what?
My mother bought me a totally white suit.
No.
Remember the movie Grease and those
I totally
years?
remember that.
This was those kind of times, and half the class had these white suits on. When I look back, I go, "Oh, you look like an idiot." But
but back then, I bet you were sharp, right? It was a sharp look.
Did you? I gotta ask
I
this.
could have used it to be sharp, but I didn't know how to dance.
Oh.
So girls would actually come ask me to dance, and I would say, I don't know how, I can't. So I didn't even get to dance with the girls. I had to sit
You
there.
should have pretended.
No kidding.
I would have stepped
Fake
all
it
over
till
their
you
feet.
make it.
So what?
I would have stepped all over their feet.
Oh
So
my.
Okay, one big question I gotta ask you, and I am hoping to hear the answer. No. Did you or did you not wear the white shoes?
Yes, white shoes.
Oh, wow.
It was.
I
was like the
from
good
head to
humor man.
toe.
I was like the good humor
It's from
man.
head to toe. It's kind of a blast from the past when you talk about your proms.
Oh man.
I had seen a picture of my prom, and my hair was like 7 inches tall above my head.
Yep. Yep. And I when I graduated, and my brother, my twin Mikey.
Oh, yeah.
And so we were in the same classes and this and that. Oh, the trouble we got into. Oh, Lord, that's
I can
another
totally
story.
picture that.
So, anyways, on graduation, my mother says, "You got to be home for dinner." The one thing, you got to be home for dinner.
Yeah, you
we
can't
said,
mess up
okay.
that.
So we're there, had the big family dinner, and we could walk to our school, right? In Brooklyn, Flatbush Avenue. Everything was right there. Yeah, no matter where you go, and everybody knew everybody, and what have you. One of these days, I got to write a book about this area. And so, anyways, afterwards, and we didn't have to do the dishes because we all took turns doing dishes. And we didn't have to do any of that. So Mike and I got our stuff together, and we walked down to the school, right? And we knew Mom and Dad and the whole tribe was going to be showing up.
Of course.
Right? When we got down there, I kid you not, my parents were there, my aunts, my uncles, our godparents were there, this and that, and everybody, it looked like a movie.
I'm sure.
Production, right? Everybody click, 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 and the flash was so bad. We started going blind. We couldn't see anything. All we could see were these flashes.
Yeah.
Right. It was a crack up.
Oh,
it
I'm
was
sure.
a crack up. So
sure.
I'm asking all of the new parents. I'm asking very nicely. Please do not embarrass your your young adult on graduation day
Isn't that something?
or grad night. Please do not do that. It will haunt them for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny that you mention that because, the Italian side, we can't help but to just be the most loudest thing ever.
We are. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and we use our hands and everything. And I was like, okay, I have to really try to be normal. And this is a really big event. And I already asked Marcus, I said, would it be okay if I act really crazy and scream and shout because you're graduating? It's a very special day. And he says, you do you. And I said, thank you.
Oh, wow.
There we go. Got it. You know, yeah, and talking about all of this good stuff, what I wanted to ask all of you is when you go to, you know, for the girls to get their gowns or their dresses, whatever they decide. And a lot of young ladies now, they like to wear the tuxedos themselves. Matter of fact, I have 2 of them in my wardrobe that I wear every once in a while. And this makes you feel good, right?
Yeah.
And then for our young gentlemen, right, our young male people, that when you go to get your dress, your gown, your tuxedo, your new suit, whatever it is, do it for yourself. What makes you feel really good, really cool, because you're the one that had to do all the classes, all the homework, everything else, all the testing, all the way through. This is your day.
It sure is.
Your night, and enjoy it 100%. And if you happen to need a designated driver, please have mom and dad, auntie, uncle, somebody be your designated driver.
Yeah.
If I want to be comfortable at graduation, can I wear sweats?
Not in this crowd, you don't. Honey.
No,
folks,
you definitely want to be fancy. It's your fancy day. Like the prom, I took a picture. A couple of the guys, they didn't get my joke. I thought I was hilarious, but I said, "Oh my God, you guys are Cinderfella." They didn't get it, Bev. They didn't get it. They're like,
I love it.
Huh?
I'm sad.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes. You know, that is really cool. And then the other thing, now with this coming up, and it's kind of a late notice for a lot of people, but last week we didn't have a chance, so we're doing it this week. If you are going to buy your date, your companion, your friend, right, some flowers, right? Go buy flowers. But here's the secret. Flowers die about 3 or 4 or 5 days afterwards. What they go, boom, right? And you don't want them to go, boom, right? Buy them a nice plant. A nice plant with different flowers. All of them are blooming now, all the different colors and what have you. And he or she could have this forever and ever and ever. All they got to do is remember to water it a little bit. And I think that, to me, I would rather have the plant instead of the cut flowers because you have them forever.
Yeah, I noticed that the guys wear the single rose. It looks gorgeous, but I'm a nervous wreck because it comes with this big giant pin that has to be pinned onto them, and I keep envisioning them like hurting
Stabbing themselves, yeah,
while they're dancing. You know, I'm like, so yeah, that would be an interesting way to go. A plant versus a flower.
I was thinking the pin didn't hurt me. The needles on the stem of the rose got me.
Well, you know, that happened to little Tony.
Oh, no.
I kid you not.
Little Tony.
Little Tony. It happened to him.
Pen?
Yeah, he did. You know,
boy.
so, and I'm only going to leave it at that, you know. Now, the other thing, too, talking about shopping, what kind of good deals have you banged into lately, my dear?
Oh, my goodness. I've been a little nutty because I've been doing some upgrading in the house. And so it was time to buy a new bed. And I was looking everywhere, and I ended up at Living Spaces, and they were having a clearance.
I love that store.
I love that store. I want to move in.
I know it. And did they have that one bedroom set? It was kind of like a grayish white color.
Well, they had so
Millions,
many.
right?
They had so many.
It was gorgeous.
Well, and now, you know, the which holiday is coming up? Is it Memorial?
4th Memorial and then 4th of July, Father's Day.
You get like some clearance prices that are like insanely good, but I got an amazing mattress that would have probably cost me maybe almost 3 times more than what I paid. So I was really happy about that. That's one thing. My next thing is I'm working really hard on gardening. So I've been going nursery shopping quite a bit lately.
You want the best place to go?
Tell me. I want to know.
Best place, yes, Johnny's Nursery.
Johnny's Nursery.
You know them, right?
I do, yeah.
Okay. And Therese, she was on the show, and we were talking about it. And then when we did that lovely basket for the 2 winners
The
for
handouts,
Mother's
yeah,
Day,
the big-
and that I'll tell you, I highly recommend it. And you know, guys, I don't say this about everybody.
Right.
I try them out, the product and everything else, the way they treat the customers, yada yada yada. Right?
Yeah.
When I say I highly recommend them, go. Be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, to me, anything like furniture, beds, anything like that for the house, don't be afraid to ask for a discount.
Yeah, you can
always-
do that.
What are they going to say? No?
That's what they're gonna say.
One time it happened.
No, I remember when we were furnishing the house, buying stoves, refrigerator, dishwasher, this or that. I went back and forth and waited. I had a little time till they gave me the discount I wanted. All you got to do is ask. I'm telling you, you think that's not the case, but it is. You can always ask.
Yeah.
And if you look at you like you're crazy, you say, yeah, okay, so I'm crazy. What's the discount? Give me the crazy discount.
Oh,
And
wow.
Whatever.
If they say no, say goodbye.
You can.
And you walk out the store.
You know, it's like when
Then
you
you
go to
walk away. You say that, and you walk out of the store. About a week later, you walk back in. They say no again. Do it again. The third time you walk in, guess what?
It's
You're
a
going to
charm.
get that discount. It works every time, boys and girls.
You know, it's like going to buy a car. You've got to walk out at least one time or start walking out. And they'll say, whoa, hold on.
Yeah.
I've got a discount for you.
Right. That's true.
Otherwise, they're going to get you for the highest price they can. That's the way they deal. It's
Yeah.
just the way it is.
Sure.
But right now, a lot of the shops, I like the word shop instead of store.
Yeah.
I don't know why, I just do. It's a New York thing. What
Yeah,
can I say?
yeah.
But I like a lot of the shops now. A lot of them are really putting up the sales now.
Yeah.
Which is very smart, because when the new line hit, and it just hit, all our new lines for fashion and everything, right? It
Yeah.
hasn't been that long. And they put them on that sale that quick.
Right.
And this is the time why it's kind of calm before the storm, before all the holidays and stuff. Start, bumping out now and going out and seeing what you can find.
Yeah.
And if you have a problem or something that you'd like to talk about, call us on our show next week. And when I do the post, I'll bump out the phone number, 792-5222, and you'll hear the subjects, because I always post. Call us in. We'll be glad to help you.
And speaking of that, folks, you can call in any time you get the urge when we're on the air. Ask a question, whatever. We're here. We'll take the call. Let's have a little fun.
Okay, well, Brandon just gave me the finger. It's the good finger. That means 1 minute finger. The 1 minute finger, right? And
Is
Carmen,
that for a 1 minute egg?
yes. And Carmen, thank you again for being
Thank
with
you
us.
for having me. I always enjoy hanging out with you all.
Yes, and definitely take your animals, your new family members over there. And there's a little something in the works. We're not going to say anything.
Nope, not yet.
Not yet, but it has a lot to do with adopting animal mobiles.
Yeah.
Yes. So we'll let you know.
So-
Carmen, one more time, contact information.
So come on out to Calamasa Veterinary Clinic, 980 Calamasa Boulevard in Calamasa, California. And our phone number is 909-795-0030.
Good. And Rich, thank you for being on today. Brandon, thank you for another good show. And I hope you had a chance to drink your coffee from Starbucks.
Not yet. I'm about to, though.
Okay, and that's it. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you next week, same time, same
Thank
station,
you.
right here on KCAA
Bye.
1050 AM. Ciao, everybody.
KCAA Loma Linda, 1050 AM, 106.5 FM, and now 102.3 FM.
I'm John Lesher, CNBC Radio. Wall Street ended a choppy